Here we have a 2012 on a 61 registration Volvo B9R Caetano Levante 48 seat PSVR compliant executive coach. So we are up in Haywood near Rochdale in Greater Manchester or Lancashire, depending which side of the fence you're on. Looking at this 12, 13-year-old coming up Levante at GPD travel, but something tells me once upon a time it belonged to Glen Valley, which for me is good, because we know that all Glen Valley stuff is well looked after. Bodywork's alright, that's probably the worst of it there. There's a little bit of paint on the other side locker as well, but we'll get round to that. Alloy wheels are fitted, as you can see. But yeah, there's just odd scuffs and scratches like this here. Nothing horrible, just wear and tear and battle scars. Reverse cameras fitted. Under the bonnet there is a Euro 5 9 litre 380 brake horsepower Volvo engine, which is driven through Volvo's 12-speed I-Shift automated gearbox. Again, just odds and sods. Little bit of surface corrosion starting to show on the stretch panel. That is the worst of it there, to be honest. As you can see, it starts there. Power operated lockers. Winner with these Levantes, loads of luggage space, uninterrupted, lovely job. We've got Hanover LED destination displays to front, side and rear, and then as we jump on board we have got a front step mounted wheelchair lift and 48 Faenza Gala reclining seats. They're fitted with 3-point seat belts, full leather trim, which in fairness, even after all these years, doesn't look worn. You also get the centre armrest with the Faenza Galas. We've got a rear floor mounted toilet. That needs sticking back there. Just obviously the glue wears over the years. We've got 240 volt sockets at every seat. Wood effect laminate to the floor. We are also fully air conditioned. It's Sutrac system on here. But in fairness, a Levante's a Levante, innit? We all know their weaknesses, of which a bit of tin worm is one of them, but obviously if it's been kept on top of. So first off, don't buy a Levante without getting underneath it. That's the first bit of advice. Toilet's a little bit of a weakness because of the way they're designed. So basically the toilet's on the near side, but the toilet tank is by the emergency door, so it's on the off side, and you've got like a pipe that runs over the top of the engine, so things, use your imagination, will get stuck on the pipe because the flush isn't powerful enough to push them into the tank. Over the top of the engine, they start to stink, so you've got to get the pressure washer down there every so often. This one doesn't, by the way. Probably because these days the work it does, the toilet doesn't see much use. One wheelchair space, you've got the magic seat. So listen, I've never been trained how to do one of these. All I know is I think the cushions come off and something swivels round and what have you, and you end up with a wheelchair space. But don't ask me to demonstrate because I have no idea. Hang on. Interestingly enough, your control for your aircon is in that locker there. I'm going to tell you why. Nestle Express regulations dictate a certain temperature in the winter and a certain temperature in the summer, and that temperature cannot be altered. Okay, so what happens is the engineers set that up there, and it's left. So if a passenger's like freezing or too hot or whatever, they come down, driver, can you turn the heating up? I can't, love, because Nestle Express regulations dictate that has to be 21 degrees, and I can't change it. Feel free to throw up all over the coach because you're too hot. So yeah, that's the reason it's up there, which I get the reasoning behind it, but you've got to give your driver some control, because you can have very hot days in the winter and you can have chilly days in the summer. Dash, always interesting on a vehicle that's been used on the work this has. Dash is all in good order, to be honest. The only thing, there's a bit of an hole in the door close button, but you get that because it's one of the most used buttons. Mileage wise, it's going to be high, but in fairness, 1.4 million on a former Nestle Express vehicle, it's not horrible at 13 years old. You know, you've always got to just have a good look at one of these, make sure they're spanner right, get any history you can on them, you know, just, and get underneath and have a proper look, you know. So it's pretty much a case when you see one of these, as you've seen one, you've seen them all, haven't you? But you know, they're all, it all depends at this age just how well they've been looked after. So to recap, she is a 2012 Honor 61 registration Volvo B9R 48 seat, sorry, Caetano Levante 48 seat, PSVR compliant, executive, because it's got a toilet, coach.